Wish mo ba may superpowers ka after watching the last installment of the Twilight series? This is Watch Tayo and we will review Breaking Dawn Part 2. Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, and Taylor Lautner conclude their roles as Edward and Bella Cullen and Jacob Black, respectively. This movie shows an uber-beautiful Bella as a newborn vampire with sharp senses and strong physique, quite the opposite when she was still human. This breakthrough with her character was brought about by the arrival of her uber-beautiful daughter, Renesmee. Renesmee has special characteristics. One is growing too fast, and another is her special command in communicating with others. In this movie, we saw our former favorite third wheel in the love triangle of vampire, humans, and werewolves. Jacob made an imprint on the daughter of Edward and Bella, and by this, it means that he had involuntarily marked the baby as his soulmate. So this makes both Team Edward and Team Jacob happy! But not for so long, because soon, Renesmee was mistaken as an immortal child, and as far as the Volturi's are concerned, it is the highest form of crime. Alice, a vampire who can see the future, informed the Cullens about the impending danger awaiting everyone because of Renesmee. The only possible solution is for many vampires to vouch that she is not an immortal child, but a vampire with a human heart. And there we saw an array of fanged creatures with special powers. One can control the elements, two of them can make others see whatever they want them to see, another can cause electric shock, and Bella herself exhibited an ability to shield people, or in short, protect them from pain. After some time, we saw the romantic fantasy film turning into an action-packed adventure with a violent battle between the Volturis, the Cullens, their vampire friends, and the werewolf allies. But don't fret, towards the end of the movie, everybody was heard with a sigh of relief, obviously with a more than satisfying conclusion for the 5-part film.
Creating an immortal child has long been outlawed and is met with the severest form of punishment. Death.
I'll never let anybody hurt you.
Victory was seen in the story, and it can be attributed in the special powers that some of the characters possess. It's not possible in real life after all, but isn't it impressive for a person to have an ability to glimpse on the future, just like Alice? Well, in reality, who can see the future? Can we trust another person to predict it? Can we ourselves do something about it, change it, or avoid it? The word of God is clear that we should not consult fortune tellers, palm readers, mga manghuhula. Kaya anong gagawin natin? The prophet Jeremiah tells us that only the Lord knows the plans for us, and these plans are not to harm us, but to prosper us, bring us hope, and a good future. Having trouble in trusting the Lord with what your future holds? It takes faith for one to trust the Lord fully about the future. Ask God to have greater faith. It is being sure of things hoped for and being certain of things not seen. Another superpower that really interests me in this movie, the power of Bella can protect herself and eventually her loved ones from harm. And again, in reality, this is something that we are in great need of. Protection from hold-uppers, carnappers, kidnappers, at kung ano-ano pang nagkalat na elemento sa paligid. So how are we going to combat them? Self-defense? Pwede. But how can we really protect ourselves from the schemes of the enemy, from harm or from pain? God has a great promise for those who trust Him and dwells in His shelter. After all, He is the Most High and He has the greatest authority on heaven and in earth. He can be an ordinary man's refuge, fortress, and He promises to save people from the fowler's snare or from deadly pestilence. And the covenant of God extends from one believer of Him to the rest of that believer's family. Even if reality doesn't support our wonderful view about covens like vampires, a godly family is assured of protection. His word says, even if 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, this will not even come near you. We won't find anything to terrify us, may it be a man-made or natural calamity, for God will even send His angels to guard His people in all their ways. One sure formula to having superpowers in the real world: draw near to the faithful God, and as we do so, we will be able to see how wonderful it is to be one with Him, because with Him we are assured of long life, fully satisfied with the salvation that encompasses eternity. That means forever.